beautiful celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Celeste Simone, and here on my channel I offer spiritual guidance to empower my celestial beings and heart-centered energy healing to help you align with your higher self. So if that is something that you are interested in, please be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings. Today I have something a little different for my video, and I will be going back to my regular tarot readings and pick a card, so that's not going to change here on my channel. But I did want to do this video because I thought it might be fun to reflect a little bit with you guys about the past year. Starting a YouTube channel for me was a big part of 2020. I wanted to share some of the things that I learned along the way, because I know that many other tarot readers and spiritual guides, healers, empaths, light workers, all you guys who are wanting to start a YouTube channel, I wanted to kind of share my personal journey and some of the tips that I would recommend to somebody who is wanting to start a YouTube channel in 2021, specifically a tarot reading channel or even just a spiritual channel in general. These tips can work on pretty much any YouTube channel. So I hope that some of these things that I learned along the way are going to help motivate you to share your skills and abilities on YouTube. My first tip would be, if you are considering starting your own channel and wanting to kind of share tarot readings or pick a card readings, but you're not really sure where to start, I would say just dive in and get started. Even if you don't post your videos, but you just practice recording and editing, seeing how that works. It's so important that everybody in the spiritual community share their unique abilities and perspectives, and if you feel guided to share, then you probably are being guided by your spirit guides, by your angels, to share your experience, share your perspective and your messages that need to get out there, because some people are needing to hear what you have to say, and they're needing to connect with you and your healing energy. And we can't really heal the planet by ourselves, you know, we have to do this together. So I feel like just connecting and communicating with each other is so important in this process, in this spiritual journey, so that we can all see kind of the different perspectives and the different life experiences that are coming through, especially when it comes to tarot readings, because as long as each individual is trusting their own inner guidance, their own intuition, then I feel as though messages from others or guidance from others can't really be hurtful, as long as it's coming from a positive intention. So that is kind of my 2 cents on starting your own channel. You have a unique perspective to share, so if you feel guided to do that, then by all means get started. And again, you don't have to necessarily just start posting videos. You can practice recording them, seeing if you want to record in front of the screen or if you want to just record the cards. Either type of channel does really well. Definitely kind of figure that out, figure out the logistics. You don't necessarily have to have a camera, but I will say that, you know, having a camera does add to quality. So if you want to and you are able to get a camera that will film you, then I think that is kind of a positive thing. I know a lot of people say they can film on their phones. I personally tried that, but I think my phone just couldn't keep up with the amount of content that I needed to kind of record. So I just went and got myself a camera. It's a simple point and shoot Canon that records video, and I've been pretty happy with it. I think it's a good start, and also, you know, you're gonna find that doing tarot readings really takes a long time, so it takes up a lot of memory space. So be sure to get yourself a pretty big memory card to hold all of that, because there's nothing worse than you're trying to record a reading and you're in the middle of it, you're in the zone, and all of a sudden your memory card just cuts out and can't record it anymore, because it just takes you completely out of it, and you're like trying to catch up and trying to get back into the zone that you are in. So that's why, you know, having your camera, having your setup, getting that all figured out before kind of getting serious and recording, that'll help. I'm sure plenty of people do use their phone, and if your phone can handle that and you like the quality of that as well, then you should totally do that. You don't need to have perfect quality and perfect editing quality to be successful on YouTube. So it's really your own personal preference and kind of what you can do in the moment. number two, I would say before you kind of dive into your channel, you do want to commit to a name and also figure out what you feel you bring to the tarot community, because it is rapidly growing. So if you really want your channel to stand out, I would say kind of dive into your authenticity. Who are you? How is your perspective unique? How are you going to bring that? How are you going to present yourself in your most authentic way that really shows others what you bring to the table, what you bring to the tarot community? This could be in your editing style, or this could be in what you wear. I just wanted to be really authentic, and for me, wearing a crystal crown and being magical, having a whimsical background, these are all things that really represent me. And I know it seems silly at times, or it could seem silly being yourself, but I feel like it is so important to embrace that in the tarot community, because where else can you just be yourself and embrace your magical, whimsical side? So that's kind of what I went with for my channel. And it also took me a little while to find my, my brands, my colors, and also figure out my name, my YouTube name. I went with my actual name, Celeste Simone, because I knew that if I wanted to expand outside of just tarot, I wanted to use my name so that I can kind of bring my channel wherever I need to go. And it wasn't until a little later on with my channel that I did tack on Celeste Simone Tarot, and that was specifically so that no matter where I was, whose video I was commenting on, or who I was communicating with, I felt like Celeste Simone Tarot would instantly let them know what my channel was about and what I offered on my channel, first and foremost. Now, I have seen people change their names later on after having already kind of built an audience. So I would say, if you do pick a name, definitely stick with it, because that's going to give you brand recognition. I do want to mention that I have an MBA. I have a master's in business administration, where I did study marketing and project management. So part of marketing yourself, part of standing out, even in a spiritual community, nothing wrong with marketing yourself or having a brand. It's okay. We live in the 3D world. But doing that and branding yourself and finding all those things that make you you, and of course it's going to be authentic, of course it's going to come from the highest intentions, but that can take some time. So for me, again, I started off with Celeste Simone, my name, and then I later added tarot, because it's important in your name to be able to have something in your name that is recognizable to what you offer. Because of course, if somebody's scrolling through and they just happen to find you, what word can you use to explain your channel as quickly as possible? Later on, once you already build a foundation where you are getting picked up in the browse features for YouTube, you no longer have to kind of build yourself up and people are already following you. At that point, you can change your name. I have seen people go from a more obscure name actually to their personal names, because they later had to kind of transition into a more expanded name to represent kind of what their channel coverage is. For example, I followed the Content Bug, who then later, she changed her YouTube channel and her branding to Catherine Manning, which is her actual name. So that's why I kind of went with my name first, as I saw other successful YouTubers. Now, she's not a tarot YouTuber per se, but she does know what she's doing about being in the business of having a channel and making YouTube videos. So for me as well, one of the things that I kind of learned through just kind of posting videos is how I wanted to edit my videos, because I chose to be in front of the camera for my readings. That's just what I personally felt guided to do. I wanted to use my name, and I wanted to kind of let the channel be guided by my own spiritual journey, as well as the guidance that I can offer for you guys. That is exactly why I'm doing this. I feel like it's so important to share in on this information and to share tips and stuff, even though I'm not an expert by any means on YouTube at all. I'm still learning myself. But I always enjoyed and appreciated the people who shared their journeys along the way and kind of how they got to each milestone in their YouTube channel. So that's what I'm here to do. And like I was saying, I kind of figured out my editing later down along the line when I was posting videos, because I did want to be in front of the camera, but I also saw the value in showing the cards. I love the artwork of tarot cards and oracle cards. That's one of the greatest things about reading tarot and oracle cards, is being drawn into the imagery. I kind of thought to myself, how can I do both at the same time? I personally use iMovie to edit, and they have a great feature. It's the Ken Burns feature where you can zoom in. So I've been using that to focus in on the cards, and that's just my personal way of showcasing the cards and also being able to kind of talk to you guys and connect to you guys face to face. So that's my personal style, and I've gotten a lot of great feedback about how I do edit my videos, and I'm sure I'm going to kind of hone that skill and learn even better ways and different ways to edit my videos. But after some time, I definitely got a rhythm going with editing and got comfortable with that. But I will say, you know, things take time, so you won't be able to do everything perfect right up front, but nor do you have to really start your channel, because I think it just takes time and practice. And of course, again, I have only been doing this for a little over a year. I feel like my channel, where I really started, you know, focusing on my YouTube channel, that started for me in November 2019, and I really started to get my rhythm in 2020. So I will say, you know, I'm still learning, and this is just the start for me. I am a small YouTuber, of course, and I'm also really new to having a tarot reading business. I've been reading tarot cards for pretty much my entire life, most of my life, but I've always done it for friends and family, and so turning it into a business was something new for me that I also had to learn along the way. And feel free to comment down below any questions that you do have for me, because I know I'm only going to scratch the surface on tips and things that I learned during this whole process. The other tip on this note, on number 3, is also how to add the timestamps below on YouTube. I'm gonna throw this in case anybody like me did not know how that worked, and I know that is making me sound really non-tech savvy, but I figured it out, you guys, eventually, and it was with the help from some other YouTubers too who were just kind of in the beginning. You really create some amazing friends who kind of help you out, and then of course I passed on this information to other tarot readers who I thought were unsure of how to add the timestamps as well. It always helps throughout your journey to connect with other YouTubers and to kind of help each other out. So the way you add timestamps is really simple on YouTube. Down below, I add the different piles, and then I simply add the actual timestamps, and it's YouTube that actually turns that into a hyperlink. If somebody is viewing your video on their phone, which I also have not seen where this is listed, but I'm sure somebody mentioned it on the internet. But if somebody is viewing your pick a card reading, or whatever kind of reading it is where you need the timestamps, and they're viewing it on their phone, they won't be able to click on the timestamps if it is in the description box, which is why it's also really important to post your timestamps in the comment box as well. So in one of the comments below, be sure you post your timestamps and then pin that to the top. So that's a very specific tip, and I can do more specific tips if you enjoy those on another video. Let me know down in the comments below if you would like me to do that. And since you have watched this far, because we've only gotten to tip 3, and I appreciate you guys for getting this far, please give this video a big thumbs up if these tips are helpful to you. Let's keep going because I have so much more to talk about. Let's move into tip number 4, which is all about how to choose your topics. Now, this is something that all YouTubers struggle with, trying to figure out topics that people want to watch. So with pick a card readings, you have a lot to choose from, and you probably will see other people on YouTube doing a variety of different pick a card readings. I know I definitely did, and I kept trying to think of new pick a card readings constantly throughout 2020. I wanted to give you guys as much variety as possible, and those are still on my channel, so you could always check those out. Also organize those into playlists, which, by the way, playlists are really helpful. And I'm sorry if I'm overloading you guys with information, but it's really important to organize your videos by playlist. That's only going to help it be easier for your viewers to find videos and readings that are all related to each other, so that they can watch them back to back to back, and so you can keep their attention for longer. And that's only going to help your channel grow and reach further people. Okay, so you're probably still wondering, well, how do I choose a pick a card reading? Now, of course, you want to pick a video and choose a reading that you resonate with, that you feel like you are drawn to and intuitively want to give. You don't want to do a reading that just feels wrong to you. So I would definitely say, you know, even when you are trying to find a reading that is popular or a reading that other people are going to want to watch, you also want to make sure that it is in line with you as a tarot reader, as a spiritual person, and that's going to really help guide you as well to doing the readings that are going to be the best readings for your channel. Of course, success for a reading doesn't necessarily mean you get a ton of views. It could mean that you really get good engagement and you find people and connect with people who really are vibing with you and love your energy and found your reading to be very helpful. Success on YouTube is generally correlated to the number of views and subscribers you have, but numbers are just numbers. That doesn't have anything to do with the intention behind those videos and the information that you're putting out there. So that's just kind of something I do want to say about being a spiritual YouTuber or being a tarot reader YouTuber, as opposed to just kind of doing YouTube videos for the sake of likes and views. But we're in the 3Ds. So if you do want to improve your channel, if you want to grow your channel, reach more people, have your videos get more views, then there's certain ways to find topics and readings that are going to get more views and also going to help more people. So one of the ways that I found that you can get more views on your videos is to look at other tarot readers. Now, looking at other people's channels doesn't mean that you're copying them. You don't want to do exactly what they're doing, but you do want to get inspired by their topics, especially other YouTubers who you feel like you align with, who you feel like you could eventually collaborate with even. And what you can do is you can go and scroll onto their video page and you can sort by their most popular videos. I would most recommend doing this with YouTubers who are close to a similar size as you, and also again have a similar audience to the one that you're hoping to build on your channel. You can go see what is the most popular video on their channel, and using that you can create your own version of that reading, being yourself. You know, you don't want to copy anybody by any means. No YouTuber or channel should do that. That's never going to work, because of course then you're not being your authentic self. You're really trying to be like somebody else and emulate them. There's nothing wrong with using what other people have done to improve your own work, but of course, you know, copying somebody is not going to really help your channel out, because it's not going to feel authentic. People are going to know that you're just kind of trying to copy another reader. I've had a lot of success doing that, getting inspiration from other YouTubers who were around the same size as me, seeing what was successful for them, and then doing similar readings in my own way, adding my own spin on it. And of course, there are so many messages for so many people. So you doing the same reading as somebody else is going to help somebody different who really needed the messages that you are bringing to that reading. Everything happens for a reason. We're each being guided in divine timing to a certain direction. If you are able to put out a video that really connects and vibes with somebody, they really needed to receive that message from you specifically. Now, the second way that I've been able to do some SEO for YouTube titles, and SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is basically how you get picked up on YouTube's search tool. So if somebody were to search for your video, they're gonna find your video. The second way that I find titles for my videos to help promote them is using TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy is just one option. I think there are other tools out there, and these are plugins into YouTube itself. So it works hand in hand with YouTube for you to help you find optimize titles for your videos. Now, these titles are going to help searchers, people who are looking to find that information easily on YouTube. And unfortunately, if you aren't using that, more often than not, YouTubers, especially small YouTubers, are going to fall to the bottom of YouTube's algorithm, and so they're most likely not going to be seen. Now, that kind of stereotype also gets broken from time to time and people blow up on their channels, but more often than not, most of us have to kind of slowly grow our channels, and for the most part, YouTube is something that you do have to be consistent with. You have to work on, and using TubeBuddy is going to help you find video topics. It's going to help you find topics that will actually promote your videos, and there's plenty of videos out there on how to use TubeBuddy to actually optimize your video, because it's important to use the description box and the tags combined with the title to make sure that your video is going to get picked up by search on YouTube. So that again means that when somebody goes into the YouTube search bar and types in pick a card reading, when will I meet my soulmate, your video is going to pop up higher up on the search engine. Of course, it may be below other more popular videos, but honestly, if you pick a reading that is unique but also well searched for, you can rank for #1 for a keyword. So that's just a little snippet of kind of keyword research. And I will say that at a certain point on your channel, you know, you're gonna find that even keywords that rank really high don't necessarily get you more subscribers or more views. All these things kind of combine to help you grow your channel, but there's no like get rich quick scheme here. This isn't something where if you have TubeBuddy, you're just gonna automatically grow your channel like crazy. There's still a lot of work needed to be done on the back end to make sure that your videos are being promoted and that your audience is enjoying your channel in general, and that you're offering quality videos and quality readings for them.
Hey everyone, I decided while editing this video to break it up into 2 parts. There are a lot more tips that I want to share with you, so stay tuned for part 2 next week. I really hope this video was helpful to all my fellow tarot YouTubers out there. Please comment down below and share if you've already started a tarot YouTube channel or if you're thinking of starting a channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!